Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana and here is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. So guys, I came across this video made for you and I thought to share with you guys where this black woman is actually sharing the reason why you shouldn't trust some kind of jealous white women. Guys, she shared her experience and I got to bring it up here. Guys, I'm just gonna roll it. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes, so please share this video, subscribe to my channel if you're here to do that, and let's dive into it.
Guys, I really don't care how this sounds, but this is not an attack on white women. This is simply in defense of women of color. Please be careful when it comes to jealous white women. From what I've noticed, jealous white women are some of the most vicious, scary, and downright violent personalities out there. People can talk about jealous black women, people can talk about jealous women, but when someone is used to having something their way for so long, it's almost like a spoiled child getting like separated from their Xbox, or like not getting sweets, or not getting to stay up or something like that. It's like they haven't done this emotional work needed to suppress, or I guess express, or understand their jealousy and where it's coming from. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're a white woman and you're listening to this, please do the work necessary to understand where your jealousy towards women of color who are successful or pretty or have something good going for them, where that's coming from, because it is negatively affecting women of color, especially black women, because the narrative has always said that black women are supposed to be the best friend in movies. They're supposed to be the supporting characters. They're not supposed to be the main character. So when a lot of, I noticed, white women, there's an internalized sort of misogyny there, but it's also racism, at its core, systemic racism, because movies have always portrayed white women, white people as the saviors, as the protagonists, as the main character. So when you see a person of color, oftentimes when you see a black woman especially winning, you don't know how to react because you have been taught that this is not the way things should go. So I'm not trying to be aggressive or whatever, I'm trying to give it to you straight. And black women, be careful. If you work with white women who you can tell are jealous of you, don't really show them what's going on. Don't tell them. Honestly, if you notice they're on that side of being jealous, I'm not saying be reserved, but just tread lightly, because you don't want them to implode and commit something or do something very damaging to you, your career, your reputation, your health, your mental health. So beware, guys, beware.
I live between 3 countries, and she's not lying, especially European women. I have friends from Europe, so I am not racist. I am just simply giving my experience. Most people globally have watched African American women and women of African descent on TV, and they think that that is how all African American women behave. So when they meet a woman who's educated, well-spoken, beautiful, well-manicured, they don't know how to handle it. They also are extremely jealous that their husbands, their fathers, their uncles, all of the men in their lives literally stare at you the entire time that you are out in a restaurant or wherever you are, market. They are highly attracted to women of African descent. White women do not know how to handle this. In America, I have experienced this in corporate America, but in Europe, you experience this in the markets. They literally act like toddlers or mean girls.
I know this sister here is talking in regards to white women to black women in the workplace, and I've seen that, and it's super nasty, and I don't want to take anything away from that. I just wanted to build and add on to it. White men in the workplace, in the corporate workplace, are the absolute worst. Also, when you got to deal with a lot of microaggressions and real aggressions just to survive. Me and my partner were just having this conversation the other day. He's a director in a company, and he was saying how he makes reports and this, and that, and the white woman on top of him that's above him, she'll get his reports, put her name on it, don't make any changes, and get the credit for it. There's so many different things that we have to deal with in the workplace. I literally seen two white men cussing, screaming, about to fight in the middle of the whole company, walk back to their desk and nothing happened. I would have been called into HR immediately. I would have probably been let go that day. HR never even contacted them. It is a different space, different rules, different everything when you have this hue, this color in a lot of these spaces. And one of the biggest lies we've been told, in my opinion, that life is fair. Life is not fair. Life is not fair in these corporate spaces. So I say document everything. Even though HR works for the company, not the individual, work with HR when you can, but just don't expect a lot of them either. Expect a lot out of them either, because they work for the company. Like I said, they're there to protect the company's best interest. They're not to protect the employee's best interest, regardless of what they say. I had another coworker who I seen go into managers' offices and curse them out and turn around and walk back to his desk. He's still there. They let me go. Any conversation that we have as black people that is not the status quo, that is not toting the line, that is challenging ideas and policies and procedures that we may need better clarification on, or we may not agree with, we could say it in any manner, and that's normally seen as aggressive, and you get labeled a aggressive black man or black woman. And once you get that label in the corporate space, good luck to you. Make sure you're prayed up, because they're trying to get you out of there in most instances in that case. And the same rules do not apply to other people. And I've had this conversation with so many of my friends and family members that are in these corporate spaces, and I say any job is a corporate space because they're all run by corporations. It doesn't matter what your title is, but the rules that we have to abide by and how they move the goalpost, and they dangle the carrot in front of you, and as soon as you get near the carrot, they move it back, and then they tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, whatever that means. So protect your space, protect your mental, set up your boundaries in these corporate spaces, and just prepare, because these other people are not playing fair. But to play the game, to get the check, if we're going to be in these spaces, we have to play the game somewhat and protect ourselves. Peace.
Like, seriously, lovelies, all I see here is just pure, jealousy. When you've operated some kind of people or some set of people for a very long time, you have captivated these people and kept them in a certain level for a very long time. And when you see that these people are actually excelling, when you see that these people are meeting to your means, like getting to your own level, and this comes as a shock to some, women of color, to some palm-colored women, and because of this, they develop this kind of, jealousy in them. They develop this kind of, I wouldn't call it hatred. I won't call it, I'll just call it a little bit of jealousy and checking. There's a video I posted on my other channel, Belinda's channel, where this, white woman was actually sharing how intimidated she was on a black woman's achievement, that she went as far as trying to make it possible for her to lose her job. Like, this woman happens to be her colleague in the teaching line, and one thing led to the other. This woman actually got to her position and even more than her position, but because of the anger, because of the jealousy she had in her, she decided that, okay, I'm just going to do everything possible for me to, get to this woman's position, or even take her up from this position. But one thing led to the other. She decided, like, okay, let me just be chill, let me just become so chill with myself, that she has to come on TikTok to actually express the reason why she feels that, palm colored women often feel this way about black women, or even black people as a whole. They feel that black people are people that remain underneath, like down, always looking up on them, always looking up on them in times of improval, academic wise, and also job wise. So these people are practically complaining on how they were treated in their workplaces, all because they happen to be black people, and urging all the black people out there to know the way they actually get yourself involved in their workspaces. Pray alongside, not to meet with these jealous kind of people that find your progress so intriguing to them, that find your progress as a threat to them. That's one thing about black women working in these corporate places. When these black women tend to actually focus on their work, and I try to focus on getting up in the morning, taking a cup of coffee, then coming to work, minding their business and doing their work accordingly. These people get so angry and try to claim that black people are sadists, or black women are sadists, or black women are mean, because they are expecting these black women not to actually concentrate on their work, and actually come out to do all this smiling, joking with them. But when these black women decided to do stuff like that, maybe coming to work, being too friendly with your colleagues and all of that, these people tend to also use this means to come or to attack this said black women. But when these black women decide to focus on the job, they are called mean, or sort of named bitter and arrogant and all of that. Where the hell do you want these people? What the hell do you want these people to actually do? So that is why we see a lot of jealousy at workplace, and we see a lot of competition too, in terms of when you see someone that your ancestors have actually oppressed for a long time doing way better than you try to question yourself and ask yourself some question like, what is it that they are doing better that I am not even doing? I am right, so I am supposed to be more professional than this person, more qualified than this person. But when it's the other way around, when you're seeing that this person you're supposed to be more qualified than is actually doing this job better than you, that is when they will look for every means to actually take you down. They become so so frightened, they become so jealous, so intimidated, and they will find one way or the other to get you down. And if they can't get you down, they'll look at every means to always spike on you. And when they keep on spiking on you and trying to get on your nerves, and you are not reciprocating about this spike, they will just try all means possible. So that's why it's very advisable for someone of melanated skin to be very, very careful, very vigilant, focus, and avoid people like this, and just take it as a phrase in life that you are eventually going to escape through. So if you're a melanated person, you're in a corporate place, and you are actually facing this kind of thing going around in your workspaces, you are not alone. A lot of people have had this experience in the past, and a lot is still having the same experience. But it takes the courage, what you actually want from your life, and focus for you to be able to overcome people like this. If they are after you, trying to spite you and all of that, just make yourself just talk to yourself, try to hold yourself, because they are just trying to get on your nerves. They are just pure jealous, and try to ignore them. And when you ignore and they try to call you a sadist, keep on ignoring. So this is just how you can just keep through things like this. It's happening, and it's happening in workspaces. This woman is not the first one to share her experience, and the lady and the other one. There are not a lot of people out there on TikTok sharing the same experience. And I have come to make a calculation that This has to do with, what really happened in the past. When you've been oppressing people for a long time and thinking that these people will never rise themselves up, and when they're finally rising themselves up, you become, jealous of them. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So why not just share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.